Hello everybody, welcome to the Go language course. In this video, I'm going to discuss the use of variables in Go language. Before we start the program, we have to include the main package at the beginning. Also, we have to import the fmt package so that I can do the printing for my variables. And inside the main function, I have already set up a number of lines to show you the use of the code. So when we want to declare a variable, we have to use the var keyword to help us declare variables. And the default values will be assigned if we don't have any explicit assignment. So let us see the following example. So we use var to start the use of a variable, and then I say the age as the variable name, and then I just declare the data type, which is int here. Int means integer. And if I just print out this value of age by using the print line function from the fmt package, I will see the default value as 0. Why? Because for an integer age here, the default value will be 0. And we can also use this simple idea to make a string variable. So if I want to make a variable of string type, I just say string after I make the name of my variable called name here. So for a default value of a string, it would be an empty string. So if I use the print line function, I'm able to see the default value of the name variable. So let us see them now. So if I want to execute the code, I just say go and then run and then the file name, which is main.go in my case, okay? Then you can see that I have got a 0 from the age variable because the default value of it is 0. And here I have an empty string here corresponding to the name variable here. So this is just the empty string for the default value of a string variable, okay? Okay, let us talk about another thing to consider when we declare variables. We can actually initialize variables when we just declare a variable. So we can say something like this, var, and then the variable name, student age in my case, and I name it as an integer, and then I say equals 30 after the int keyword. It means that I want to assign 30 to the variable called student age, whose type is an integer. Of course, I can print it out. And for the string type, I can also do the same initialization. I say var student name, which is of string type, equals John. So this string called John will be assigned to the student name variable. And of course, I can also print it out. So let us see the result of these lines of code. Yes, you can see 30 and John coming out because I just finished the assignment of the value into the variable. Okay, and I can print the assigned value out. 30 and John, okay? Okay, another thing to consider is that data type can be inferred in Go language. What does it mean by inferring a data type? Let us see. I can say var x equals 3. And you can see that the original data type that I used to put after my variable name is gone. So when I say 3 here, x will be inferred as an integer. Okay, so I don't need to say the data type after the variable name like the previous examples. Okay, I can just use the inferred data type. Okay, so x will be inferred as an integer because I don't put any decimal number after the equal sign. And for n here, n is assigned to be ABC, which is in the form of a string, and we can see that n will be inferred as a string. Okay, so of course I can also print them out. Three and ABC are printed out. Okay, so we can say that the data type can be inferred by the assignment. Okay. Now, let's talk about another thing to consider when we assign variables. Variables can be initialized with using var keyword. That is already something we know. We demonstrated the use of var to make variables, but we can also use colon followed by an equal sign to do the assignment instead of using the var keyword every time. So we can see the following two examples. Y colon equals 4. So 4 will be assigned to the variable y, and we don't use var before the variable name. Okay. Same for m here. M is assigned to be a string called hello. Okay. So we can do the assignment by using the colon followed by the equal sign to get rid of the use of the var keyword. Okay. So let us see the result of the print9 functions. Okay, 4 and hello can be printed out. That's why we can say that the two assignment is successful. Okay. And we can see something like these things here. We can have multiple declarations on one line. So we can assign two variables on one line. So you can see that the two variable names are separated by a comma. And after the declaration here, I can do the assignment directly by using the equal sign alone. Okay, so var1 will be assigned as 6 and var2 will be assigned as 9. So we just follow the order of the appearance of the variable name when we do the assignment. Okay, of course I can print the two values out respectively, which are separated by the comma here. Okay, so of course we can also use the colon equals sign to do the assignment, so that we don't have to always use the var keyword when we want to declare variables. So the assignment is done here. var3 will be put as 2 and var4 will be put as 1. And you can see that the two data variables will be inferred as integers. You see int here and int here, because the assignment can help us infer the data type already. So I can print these two lines out. Six and 9, 2 and 1. And you can see that when I use the comma inside the print9 function, you can see that the two variable contents will be separated by a space instead of the comma shown here. Okay. Same for the other line. 2 and 1 are separated by a space. Okay. And variables can be changed after the assignment. We just use the equal sign to do it. What does it mean by this whole thing? We already have the var3 and var4 on the previous line. Okay, so we had var3 and var4 on line 42. And when I want to change the var3 and var4, I can just do the assignment again. And here we have to use the equal sign alone without the use of the colon to help us change the value of the variables after the first assignment is done. Okay, so var3 and var4 will be 10 and 12 respectively. So let us see the result by running the print9 functions. So initially variable 3 and variable 4 were 2 and 1 respectively, but after the reassignment they have become 10 and 12 respectively. Okay, so we just use an equal sign to help us do the reassignment. Okay. In addition to variables that can be changed after the assignment, we can also set up constants in Go language. So how can we do so? We can use the const keyword followed by the variable name. And usually for constants that doesn't change after the assignment, we can use a capital letter to start the variable name. And once a constant is declared, it can never be changed. So of course I can print out this constant, which is 3.14 in the decimal number format. And then let us see what will happen if I have finished the printing. the printing as usual. But if I want to change the value after the assignment on line 54, what will happen? You can see that we are not able to do so because we cannot assign a new value to a constant. Once a constant is declared, it cannot be changed. Okay, so we can never change this thing. If I run the program reluctantly, what will happen? Let us see. You see, we cannot assign to pi. Okay, so because we have a constant here, a constant cannot change its value after the first assignment. Okay, and we have to notice something here. We cannot use the colon followed by the equal sign to declare a constant. So I'm not able to do this thing. You see, the syntax doesn't allow us to use the colon and equal sign to do the assignment. Okay. So this video has discussed a lot of things about variables. We can use the var keyword followed by the variable name and the data type to make new variables. And we can even initialize the variables after the declaration straight away. And the data type can be inferred in Go language so that we don't always need to include the data type of our variable all the time. We can use the inferred data type. Okay. And variables can be initialized by using the var keyword as well as the colon equals sign. Okay, we can do multiple declarations on one line shown here, and after the variables are assigned, we can even change the values of the variables, okay, by using the equal sign. And we also discussed the use of constants. We can use the const keyword to help us declare a constant. And we have to notice here that we cannot use the colon equal sign to declare a constant. This is the end of the video. If you have any questions about my video, please leave your questions on the comment section below the video. If you like this video, please give me a like and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.